Welcome back to Money Learn HQ. Today we're covering the simplest and most effective budgeting method that exists. No complicated spreadsheets, no tracking every single penny, no cutting out everything you enjoy. Just 3 numbers that tell your money exactly where to go every single month. What is the 50/30/20 rule? The 50/30/20 rule is a budgeting framework that divides your monthly take-home pay into 3 categories. 50% goes to needs. 30% goes to wants. 20% goes to savings and debt repayment. That's it. 3 categories, 3 percentages, 1 simple system. It was popularized by US Senator and bankruptcy expert Elizabeth Warren in her book All Your Worth, published in 2005. The idea was to create a budgeting method simple enough that anyone could use it regardless of their income level or financial knowledge. 20 years later, it's still one of the most widely recommended budgeting frameworks in personal finance. The 50% needs. The first category is needs, the things you genuinely cannot live without. This covers rent or mortgage payments, council tax, energy bills, water, groceries, transport to work, insurance, and any minimum debt repayments. These are the non-negotiables. The things that have to be paid every single month no matter what. Using a UK example, if your take-home pay is £2,000 a month, £1,000 of that is allocated to needs. One important distinction here: needs are things you genuinely require, not things you're used to having. A basic grocery shop is a need. A premium supermarket delivery subscription is a want. Be honest with yourself when categorizing. If your needs are coming in above 50% of your take-home pay, which is genuinely common in high-cost areas like London, that's a signal that your biggest fixed expenses need attention. Whether that's finding a cheaper rental, switching energy tariffs, or reviewing your commuting costs. The 30% wants. The second category is wants, and this is the category that makes the 50/30/20 rule actually sustainable. Wants are everything that improves your life but isn't strictly essential. Eating out, takeaways, streaming subscriptions, gym membership, clothes shopping, weekends away, hobbies, nights out. The things that make life enjoyable rather than just functional. Using our £2,000 example, £600 a month is yours to spend on whatever you want without guilt. That's the point. A budget that allows for enjoyment is a budget you can actually stick to long term. The reason most budgets fail is because they try to eliminate wants entirely, which is neither realistic nor sustainable. The key discipline in this category is simply being honest about what is a want versus a need. Your phone contract is probably a need. The latest iPhone upgrade is a want. The 20%, savings and debt. The third category is where your financial future gets built. 20% of your take-home pay goes to savings and debt repayment every single month. Using our £2,000 example, that's £400 a month. The order of priority within this 20% matters. First, build a small emergency fund. Aim for £500 to £1,000 before anything else. Then tackle any high-interest debt like credit card balances. Then build your emergency fund up to 3 months of expenses. Then start saving and investing for longer-term goals. The most important habit within this category is automating it. Set up a standing order for the day after your salary arrives and move your 20% into a separate savings account immediately. If it leaves your account automatically, you won't miss it and you won't spend it. How to apply it from today. 3 steps to get started right now. First, calculate your monthly take-home pay, the amount that actually lands in your account after tax and national insurance. Second, multiply it by 0.5, 0.3 and 0.2 to get your 3 category totals. Write those 3 numbers down. Third, review your last month of bank statements and categorize every transaction into needs, wants, or savings. That single exercise will show you immediately whether your current spending aligns with the framework, and exactly where it doesn't. Most people find their wants are higher than 30% and their savings are lower than 20%. That's where to focus first. One action before you close this video. Work out your 3 numbers right now. Take your monthly take-home pay, multiply by 0.5, 0.3 and 0.2 and write those figures down. That's your new budget. Drop your take-home pay bracket in the comments, under £1,500, £1,500 to £2,500, or over £2,500, and let's see where everyone's at. Subscribe to Money Learn HQ for a new video every week. See you in the next one.